Steam equals 58. Angels, 58. And there's a warning from Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is warning about Hurricane Gabrielle, the monster that has almost taken the name of the angel, just like Michael did. Do you remember Michael? He was a murderer. So is Gabrielle. And I dreamed last night that Gabrielle was a wanted fugitive murderer. And there were wanted posters, and the police were holding a press conference about Gabrielle Byrne. So she had a surname in my dream, a surname. Byrne. B-Y-R-N-E. Gabrielle Byrne. And that's kind of weird because I chucked Gabrielle Byrne into my calculator. The calculator that adds up the value of words, letters. And Gabrielle Byrne has a value of 135. It's the same as Daniel and Samuel, the twins in Red Rain, by R.L. Stein. Gabrielle Byrne. And Wetterling is 133. It's 13.3 degrees in Canberra. 13 times 3 is 39. Angel is 39. 9-3 backwards. Demon Boy is 93. And so is Demon Lady, 93. It's an angel backwards. Gabrielle Byrne, 135. American Hurricane Gabrielle Byrne. American Hurricane equals 135. If you add up all the letters. Michael equals 51. Michael has the same value as demon. But it also has the value of angelic, 51. And the steamboat geezer in Wyoming, this is how Gabriel, the angel, the archangel, is going to send a warning about Gabrielle, the monster. Cruel equals 59. She's cruel for sure, and she's weird. Weird is 59. She's not a normal hurricane. Not at all. So the steamboat geyser erupted a few hours ago, actually. 5 hours and 10 minutes ago. The 20th of August. Tuesday, the 20th of August. The same day we had a bore drilled at my place. Except it wasn't the same day, because 16 hours is the difference between Wyoming and where I live. So this was the most recent eruption. Interesting. Who was there? Interesting. Gwen. Interesting to see a G name there. David. Dean. Dave. Carol and Bill. They're always there. Bender Clan. Now there's an unusual name. Bender Clan. And Kit. Wasn't Kit the name of the car in Knight Rider? Demon 51, Angelic 51. Dead man. Dead is 14, man is 28. There was a dead man in my dream. DJ equals 14. I've been talking about the DJ. 24 strokes of the cane. Is that why they're advertising $24 shoes? Stinging equals 99. It's not really a caning when it gets to Cat 5. You wouldn't call it a caning. It becomes something else. It's like if you're a storm chaser and you go chasing storms, and you've been in a category 2 and you've been in a category 1 and you've experienced a category 3, and you think, oh yeah, I know about hurricanes. But then you end up in a high-end category 5. You're going to realize, oh man, this is nothing like anything else I've ever experienced. What's his number? What's his prison number? L218032. I guess 2018 is a date, right? I guess it's the 3rd of the 2nd, 2018. Maybe? I'm just guessing. I don't know. Yiming Yuan, convicted drug dealer. And now, torture victim, I guess. There's not much information though. There never is when people get abducted by torturers into the dark, taken down into the dark by torturers. Nobody knows much information after that. Once you've been tortured, well then you're in a state of trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, and you're still in the grasp of the people that tortured you. Well, that would be pretty horrifying. It'd be like being in a hurricane and then you have to stay in its eye forever. Well, for 20 years. Imagine being in the eye of the hurricane that tortured you for 20 years. It's a weird way to think of it, isn't it? Gabrielle. You know, it's totally peaceful and calm inside the eye of a hurricane. Like, there's all the violence and the extreme trauma and pain and agony, anguish and fear and terror. And then there's the blissful calm in the eye. And that's where Yiming Yuan went. Somewhere. After the agony became intolerable, beyond what his body and mind and spirit could withstand, he went into the calm place. The calm eye of the hurricane. And that's where he met Jake and Nathan. Boys who are of his heart. They have a heart just like he does. The heart of a lion. The spirit of a lion. Naughty boys often do have loving hearts. Often that's how it is. The enforcers of the law, they can be nice people, good people, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're anything but good. Anything but good. Sometimes they're really bad people. And it's kind of pretty self-evident what the situation is in Singapore. If you read a description of what the caning entails, the intensity of the caning, and the length of this jail sentence too, prohibits this guy from probably having children, which is pretty inhumane in itself when you think about it. Inhumane, cruel. I think Lorenzo is a good guy in 2019. He's like a healer. Lorenzo's Oil is a movie. Lorenzo is on the name list, you know. I think Lorenzo is a resilient bad boy with a loving heart this year, 2019. Every name has its turn, you know, of being a good guy or a bad guy. In 2019, or a bad girl. In 2019, I think Gabrielle's the bad girl. Aslan the lion, the witch and the wardrobe, Aslan, Simba, the cub. Aslan's the lion in Narnia, and Jadis is the witch. If you want to have a visual on Gabrielle, well, one visual would be, well, bad boys have good hearts. Lorenzo's a bad boy, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Criminals can be heartless and cruel. The worst ones tend to think of themselves as divine, godly, rulers, born rulers like Jadis, the white witch, the white queen of Narnia. She doesn't see herself as a criminal. She's an enforcer of the law. Aslan has a different view of her. The lion boy has a different view of the queen. Yes, she does enforce the law. The laws are, as she states. Edmund has broken the law. She does have the right to punish Edmund, to execute him. She does have the right, under law. Aslan decides he doesn't want to see that happen to the naughty boy, Edmund. Because Edmund, at the end of the day, Satan, the brat. He does stupid things. It's almost like he can't help himself. And then he's like, why did I do that? He's just a brat. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be punished, but there's a big difference between punishment and when it crosses that line. I've talked a fair bit on that already. Shoes. 809. Jacksonville, Florida. That's the place. Florida was named... Well, I don't know about Florida, but Jacksonville was named after Andrew Jackson. The 7th president of the USA was Andrew Jackson. And Jacksonville takes its name from him. Jacksonville in Florida. That's where she's heading. The fugitive murderer of my dream. Gabrielle Byrne. Gabrielle Byrne. Victim. She had a victim in my dream. There was a dead man. Dead man. Dead is 14. Man is 28. Or a bad DJ man. A 15-minute eruption and a 15-minute eruption. Face is 15. The twins. Daniel and Samuel. 135. Bender Clan. What an unusual name. Bender Clan. Cool. It's good when a new person shows up with an interesting name. At the Giza. The Oracle. The Giza is the Oracle because Gabriel is sending a warning to Jacksonville. I mentioned Daniel and Samuel from Red Rain by R.L. Stein. The twins, Daniel and Samuel. Byrne. We used to have a neighbor with that surname. His name was Daniel. He went by Danny. Aaron and Melissa from Chile. So this eruption is when? Oh, this was the one that happened at 52 minutes past 1 a.m. This one was weird because it went at 6:12. Kit was there too. William was there. Half my cousins were there. 6, 12, 18. If you look at this, 6, 12, 18, then 24, and then 30. It's like it's going up in sixes, and then it went to 12, which is 2 sixes. Kind of weird. But let's not get carried away. Shall we? Should we? Maybe we should. Gabrielle Byrne. Gabrielle Byrne. Above Sebastian. Gabrielle is above Sebastian. The G name. G. I wonder who the bad mirror boy is. The bad mirror boy. Well, I guess that would be Martin. Martin. M-A-R-T-A-N. Martin. Today's the 21st. It's Wednesday. The 21st of August 2019. Martin's birthday is on Friday, September 6th. Because he's a naughty boy. So he was born on the 6th of the 9th. The 6th of September. 69. 6-9. The 6th of the 9th. Friday. He was born on Friday. So his birthday's on a Friday again. And there's going to be a sign on Martin's birthday. Martin's birthday. Martin. Friday the 6th of September at 1:37 a.m. in Canberra. It will be 1:37 in Kinglake West, near Melbourne. near Melbourne. You know the town Jake's from? By the way, cyclone equals 77. And the town Jake is from, St. Joseph, it's 13.6 in Melbourne. St. Joseph equals 136. St. Joseph and St. John. St. John's River runs through Jacksonville. It's 16 today. That's not bad for August, considering how cold it's been. It's a little bit warmer today, but getting windy. And then it's going to cool again, and then it's going to warm again, and then it's going to cool again, and wind. We get a lot of wind here in spring. Windy and dry. Australia is in the grip of a worsening drought. It's in the grip of a worsening drought, and if you look at the rain radar, it's not looking too good. Let me show you. This is not exactly a wet picture, Australia. It's just getting, and it's been like this for ages, and it's just getting worse and worse. And today we've got scattered showers, like nothing useful. So 1:37 a.m. in Canberra on Friday, the 6th of September. It'll be the same time in Kinglake West. That's where Nathan's from. And Kinglake West has a value of 137. It is the actual value of the name, Kinglake West. Kinglake West itself is not actually on this map, but Kinglake is. Kilmore fire. It was the Kilmore East fire. That became a firestorm. And Nathan died on a day of extreme weather. Firestorm. Black Saturday. The Black Saturday firestorm. He was in the worst place to be on that day. It was where two firestorms converged after the wind change. The wind change that brought relief from the heat was the same wind change that killed Nathan and Crystal and their mom and their little sister, and 9 people all died together. Like I said, Yiming Yuan has the heart of Nathan. He has a heart the same as Nathan. It's going to be 37 minutes past the hour when the warning sign comes from Gabriel, the angel. 37 minutes past the hour. 37 minutes after 1 a.m. 1:37 a.m. 37 minutes is the key. 37 is the value of what? It's the value of hell. Hell equals 37. What else equals 37? Bulb equals 37, like a daffodil bulb. A daffodil bulb. Daffodil bulb. B-U-L-B. 37. What else equals 37? Has there been any eruption? Have we ever had an interval of 37? Not that I can see. Has it gone off at 37 minutes past? Not that I can see. It's going to though. There must be one here somewhere. Well, there's 3 hours and 7 minutes. Hope equals 44. Oh, this one was weird, because there was something weird about this. What was it? 8th of April, 8:44. See, 4 plus 4 is 8. From memory, this was like the 8th eruption or something. I don't know. Can't remember. There was something weird about this. 37. There it is. 37 minutes past the hour. Gabriel. 54. Angel. 39. Boy. 42. Prophecy is 106. Daniel is 45. Patterns, clues, 16-year-old twins, Jayton and Demas. Hints and allegations, wanted posters. Gabrielle Byrne, wanted for murder. That's what it said. And the police were holding a press conference, like a mock press conference, because it was actually a play being put on by the students from the ANU in Canberra. In my dream last night, 133, and the police were there. And it was like a mock press conference, but you couldn't even tell if it was real or not. 133, like, it didn't seem like it was just a play, to be totally honest with you. It's like they were really giving a press conference. And Gabrielle Byrne, there were posters and everything. Wanted murderer Gabrielle Byrne. So Jacksonville is in Florida. Wyoming is obviously not Florida. Not even close. The time changes by 2 hours when you go to Wyoming, because it's so far out west. Now the place that it automatically goes to is Chia. I don't know how to pronounce this. It sounds like an American Indian name. Chiani? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyway, it's the capital of Wyoming. Cheyenne? I don't know if it's CH, if it's pronounced with an S sound or a CH sound. 6/19, the 19th of June is the keystone date in the Dark Tower by Stephen King. So it's down the bottom of the state. But if we go to Jackson, well then we find ourselves somewhere else. 20. The eruption was on the 20th, the most recent one. Oh yeah, we find ourselves closer to Steamboat Geyser, because it's up in this northwest corner of Wyoming. 43. What equals 43? Ming, M-I-N-G. Ming equals 43. Pretty sure it does. Yeah, it does. I think it does. M-I-N-G. Let me check it. Blaine is a pain, and that is the truth. M plus I plus N plus G. 43, yes. Ming, hot, is 43. Blaine is 43. And Jadis, the queen of Nadia. Jadis, let me check it. Yes, 43. Edmund is 61. Edmund has the same value as breeze and miracle. So there's a miracle coming to warn the people of Jacksonville about something that claims to be God, but is not. God spelled backward is dog. They refused a visa for his dad to visit him too. Singapore. That is a bit of a sign, I think, of the mentality of the authorities in Singapore. Apart from the fact that they brutally, mercilessly and brutally thrash the living crap out of people. I guess that's a bit of a sign as well. But why did they judge this guy as being so bad? Well, what, like, if you've put someone in jail for 20 years, a very long sentence, a very long time. If you're 29 years old and you get sentenced to 20 years jail for doing drugs, and he wasn't an importer, let's face it, he was introduced to drugs by rich Singaporean expats. That's how it happened. In Singapore. He dabbled in drugs back in England. He went to Singapore thinking it'd be harder to get drugs. The kinds of people he was mixing with were the kinds of people who do drugs, even in Singapore. Am I making excuses for him? Nah. If he got a whipping that was reasonable and a prison sentence that was reasonable, I'd be like, oh well, you know, he's probably learned his lesson and life goes on. See, that's the whole point. Life goes on. Life goes on. But life does not go on when you've got 20 years in prison. And a backside that is no longer attractive because it's so badly scarred from the torture they inflicted upon you. And that's a pretty sure sign that the people who have got you captive are truly evil. And you're like a frozen statue in the courtyard of Jardis. That's what you are, Yiming. Post-traumatic stress disorder. The horror of a Cat 5 caning and all the trauma leading up to it. They don't tell you when it's coming. They keep you in a state of extreme anxiety for a long time before the violence. So Gabrielle's going to reflect what they did to this boy, this man, this DJ, someone who liked to bring music to people, someone who liked to move people in a nice way with music, music. But no, they decided, no, we're going to teach this guy a lesson. We're going to make sure he learns a lesson. It's kind of like how she talks. Jadis, the queen, the white queen of Narnia. Gabrielle, the one who has assumed the authority and the position of God Almighty. God Almighty. Oh my God. Look at that. Storm surge. Oh my God. It's like a tsunami. Cyclone 77. It's like a tsunami. It's taking everything. It's taking all the people. She's taking everybody. Jacksonville, Florida, you have to be on high, I don't know what to even say. Panic is not too strong a word for what you should be feeling about this hurricane. Panic sometimes has a place. See, initially, Nathan Breeze and Crystal and their mum, they panicked. They panicked and they tried to escape. Now somebody had put somebody in council, I assume, had put a road closed sign across the road that they tried to escape on. So they turned around and they came back into King Lake. They went to the fire shed and they were told, listen, probably the best place to be is in your own home. It's just go home. In your home is probably the best place to be. And usually that would be true, good advice. 99.99% of the time. But see, that firestorm was nothing normal. And so it is with Gabrielle. Well, just go home. Just stay inside, you'll be okay. No, the right thing was panic. The initial reaction of panic, because it was such an extreme fire day, was the right reaction. They needed to get off the mountain. And the people of Jacksonville need to get out of town. Or they're not going to be safe. Now, admittedly, it's probably better to die in a hurricane, in a storm surge, than in a bushfire, a firestorm. If you had to choose between the two, I would choose the storm surge, even though I don't like the idea. A firestorm would scare me more. Because you're thinking, what about the pain? Because pain is scary. Pain is scary. And that's why torture is bad. And that's why I thought it was good that the Nazis lost the war. But then I read this and I'm like, well, maybe the Nazis won the war. Because people are still being tortured in countries that have good relationships with the West. Hell is 37. There's a warning coming at 37 minutes past the hour. 37 minutes past the hour. Hell. The hurricane is coming to Jacksonville, Florida. Her name is Gabrielle. A warning from the Archangel Gabriel. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of August, 2019. On Thursday, the 5th of September, at 9:37, Steamboat Geyser is going to erupt a warning for Jacksonville. The time in Canberra, Australia will be 1:37 a.m. The time in Kinglake West, in Victoria, where Nathan died, will be 1:37 a.m. Punishment is 1:39. Punishment, fate, is 32. 93 is the value of demon lady, deadly lady. Or it's the value of angelic boy, Gabriel, warning us, warning you, if you live in Jacksonville, warning you about a killer who wants to take you and your family away. A reflection of torture, a reflection of pain and agony, intense Cat 5 caning, extreme trauma, agony, horror, violence, in the name of God. Violence inflicted in the name of God's authority onto someone who used to like to entertain people and move people in a nice way with music, dancing, music, DJ. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you get the point? I hope so. For your sake, I do. Gabrielle and Michael, she's no angel. Nor was the Hurricane Michael. A demon killer monster. Horror. Gabriel, 54, has the same value as love. 54. Float is 54. Aloft. Float aloft. That's all you can do when you're past the threshold of pain that can be tolerated. Fire is 38. Ocean is 38. It's 5 hours, 38 minutes since the last eruption of Steamboat Geyser. Skin is 53. Cain is 23. Like I said, Gabriel is 54. Angelic is 51. 3, 2, 1. Here I come. If you're still there, I've gotcha. Punishment time. And that's how it is. Don't mean to scare you or anything, but sometimes being scared is the right thing. You should be scared. There's every reason why you should be scared. Every good reason why you should be scared. Because you're in the grip, you're in the custody of monsters. Monsters who like to demonize people as Satan and torture them. Exactly the same as Jadis in Narnia. I had a dream that he was flying a plane. Yi Ming Yuan was a pilot, and he was flying a plane. And that was right after I filmed the blue gums thrashing around in the wind, in the torchlight, the dark tower, the shadow of God. I was filming the trees thrashing around in the wind, in the torchlight, and I turned around and there was a plane. And then that night, which is 3 nights ago now, I dreamed that Yi Ming Yuan was flying a plane. Flying a plane. A DJ. Yi Ming Yuan flying a plane. The DJ was a pilot. $831. Jake's life path number is 8, and Jacob equals 31. It's 8:31 in Jacksonville. Jacob Wetterling, kidnapped and murdered on Sunday the 22nd of October 1989. Hurricane Hugo made landfall on South Carolina, Charleston, on Friday the 22nd of September 1989, exactly a month before Jake was kidnapped and murdered. Hugo, 51. Hugo has the same value as Michael, 51. Michael and Hugo. Gabrielle, and it's 50 years since Camille. This is true. This is the real deal. A fun-loving guy tortured by the authorities. The shadow of God. What is the shadow of God? Well, you know now. This video has told you the exact answer to that question. And time is weird because it depends where you are, what the time is. Varies. See, in London now, the place Yi Ming Yuan comes from, it's 133. Mirabai, 133. Mirabai. Wetterling. Mirror the prophecy of Gabriel. Mirror the prophecy of Gabriel. Hugo, 51. Michael, 51. Angelic, 51. Demon, 51. Deadly, 51. Five hours and 42 minutes ago, steamboat erupted. 133, Wetterling. And 233 is Jacob Irwin Wetterling. Time varies, depends where you are. Soon in London it'll be 135. You know what's interesting about 135? It's the value of the name Gabrielle Byrne. My dream last night, that was her name. And the Australian Federal Police were putting up wanted signs. It's funny because I spoke to a federal police officer the other day. I attracted his attention because I was filming a sign outside of school and he was wondering what I was doing. And he came and he asked me, "What are you doing?" And I was like, speaking to him for a while. And he said, I told him what I think about the hurricane. And he could see, he watched my video and he was like, okay. And he thanks me for explaining to him what I was doing. Michael, Gabrielle. So last night, maybe that's why the police came into my dream. The federal police. And their wanted poster and their press conference. Gabrielle Byrne. It is 1:35 now in London. That is where DJ Ming is from. 1:35 is the value of Daniel and Samuel. They are the twin torturers in Red Rain by R.L. Stein. Identical twins. Daniel and Samuel equals 135. American Hurricane equals 135. And Gabrielle Byrne, Byrne, equals 135.